Morning everybody, Silverbolt here, back for Transformers review, going to be doing, as per the title page, Universe Decepticon Dropshot. You'll have to excuse all the mess that you can see behind me, but Philly's in the process of moving in with me, so I'm no longer going to be living the bachelor single lifestyle. The bachelor living on my own lifestyle, which has its pluses, mainly the fact that I now have more money to spend on Transformers, which I've already done. Hence why I've got this. But anyway, yes, going to be doing, as I said, per the title page, Universe Dropshot. Now, Dropshot is a name that has been applied to several Transformers, well, 4 or 5, over the course of its usage, and it's been given to both Decepticons and Autobots. Now, it first shows up in the Micromaster continuity of Transformers, and he is a Decepticon called Dropshot, who is part of the military patrol. Of course, that's who is led by Bombshack. Now, Dropshot was part of the Micromasters that were out in the Cybertronian wastes hunting the who were being attacked by the Insecticons whilst they were out looking for the Hot Rod Patrol. That was about all he did. He didn't really do an awful lot else. And he's part also, the other thing that he's part of is the Dead Universe continuity line. And Dropshot is one of the ones that is pursuing Hardhead and Nightbeat across Gordon Prime, something like that. And he's one of the ones that's doing that. And that's pretty much his entire G1 continuity for the comics versions. Now, in the Japanese version, he is the same colour, he is the same design, and he's simply and he's got the same name. He's simply an Autobot, and he doesn't really do an awful lot. And again, he is an Autobot named in the Armada storyline, who, well, to be quite honest, doesn't really do an awful lot. And then he's also an Autobot in the Shattered Glass universe, but seeing as in the Shattered Glass universe, the Autobots are Decepticons and the Decepticons are Autobots. Take your pick. So that's the name for Dropshot, and, well, there's not really... Where's my camera? There it is. There's not really an awful lot more that can be said, because he doesn't really do an awful lot. He's just there. He's just a name. Which allows me to get on to the real reason for this review, which is the toy, because I love this toy. This is Universe Dropshot, and it is a repaint of Cybertron Defense Scattershot, part of the three Transformer, one of the three of the Cybertron Defense team from Cybertron that have all been repainted into the Universe line. Dropshot is the second repaint for this mould. The first one, which I do have, is for Overload. However, trying to do a review on G1 Overload just isn't going to happen. So, there we go. So Dropshot was the lesser of two evils, really. I mean, obviously, I've already done Countdown, which leaves me to do Roadbuster. And Roadbuster will be the third of the Cybertron Defense team repaints, which I do want to do. Now, I believe I mentioned that I actually have the Universe Overload repaint of this, so it begs the question, seeing as my current standing on repaints, which is I think they're Hasbro making money ideas, why have I got this one? Well, it's quite simply, I love this toy. I love the mold. Well, I love the colour scheme. I'm not too fond of, but I absolutely love the mould. The Cybertron toy range really did bring out an awful lot of really nice toys. Point in case, Cybertron Prime, which is arguably one of the nicest primes that's ever been released. The Cybertron toy range really did bring out an awful lot of really nice toys. In fact, they brought out bloody masterpieces when you compare them to the Armada stuff. Why Hasbro have done a very, very random thing with a repaint and giving it a Micromaster name. It's not even like a Micromaster like Big Daddy or Ground Shaker. No, it's a Micromaster that's relatively obscure in the form of Dropshot. I mean, they did the same with the Jetfire repainting into Treadbolt. Again, a Micromaster that's pretty fairly obscure and doesn't really do anything and is really quite pointless apart from the colour scheme. I mean, I imagine the reason why this got turned into Decepticon Dropshot was because of the 2 giant missile launchers on his back, which the MicroMaster version of the toy also had. Well, it had 2 giant laser cannons on its back. And of course, you couldn't really give it an Autobot colour scheme, seeing as you've already got Overload. So, there we go. Now, onto the toy itself. It's obviously a military-esque vehicle. And I really like the vehicle mode, for one. For the most part, it's, you can't really tell an awful lot of robot mode. I do think it looks something vaguely out of Starfleet, but there we go. If you lift the missile launchers, which do rotate to a certain degree, you can just make out the head just there, but not really an issue. Transforming it is really quite simple. The claws become feet, so you just flip them front and back. If of course I can do it, there we go. Now, I don't know whether this is just simply a little bit of a fault on my version, or if it's something to do with the whether it's something to do with the repainting system, because I don't have this issue on my other Cybertron repaints. But when you pull these out on this version, I've found that the little pop joints here, when you're trying to turn them round, won't happen now, of course, because I'm doing it. Because it won't happen when I'm doing it on video, obviously. No, it won't. It won't happen at all. But what I've found is that these, when I first took them out the box, these were very much loose, quite loose. The first time I actually tried to transform it, the ball joints just popped out of place. And as I said, that doesn't happen on my other one. But yes, fold the arms down, fold the trailers down, unsnap them, and then you've got the legs. The arms, very, very simple. Pull them round and pull out the hands. Now, one of the things I do like, another thing I do like about this toy is that the hands, a lot of Transformers have the whole, the hands fold into the wrist kind of job, and a lot of Transformers do have this. But on this model, it's neither too stiff, so it's a real nightmare to get it out, as in pointing case. I'm usually using sort of like a pen or a pair of clippers to pull them out. And they're not too loose, so they just flop around limply, which is always a really nice thing. And then last but not least, the head just flips up. And it's really quite simple, and there we have Cybertron repaint defense into Cybertron defense scattershot repainted into Decepticon dropshot. I really like this toy, hence why I've got the 2. Don't ask me why, I don't quite know why, but I have done. The Cybertron defense toy does come with the Cyberplanet key, and these just slot into the back here, causing a single barrel blaster to pop out the side of the one arm. And if I can get the key out, because I am actually using the wrong key, because obviously everything's all up in the air at the moment. So and it comes with a clear brown key. I'm actually using the one from Blaster, well, the repaint of Cybertron Soundwave to Blaster. But seeing as most of Cyberplanet keys are all intermingling, interchangeable anyway, it doesn't make much difference. Put it in the other side, and you get a missile launcher pop out, and you just need to pull the missiles forward, like so. And the missiles are supposed to fire, but I don't know whether it's just me, but it's the same on my overload as well. They don't really fire at all. Yeah, they don't really like to fire at all. Mine don't. So, but yes. So there we have him in his big Uber battle mode. Really, really, really nice toy. I personally really like them. As I've said numerous times now, and as I said, it's the reason why I bought the second one, which I know makes me cheat a little bit, since I don't usually buy repaints. But oh well. I picked this up in Toys R Us. Actually, it was yesterday, because me and Adam were helping move all the stuff out of Philly's old place and moving it in here, and we were at it from like 8 in the morning, and then we stopped about 3 in the afternoon. We thought, you know what, we're hungry, we really need to get something to eat, and we want a beer. So we went to, we were playing, and we were like, where's the nearest pub from where we are? Where's the nearest Weatherspoons from where we are? So we can get a beer and a burger. And we were just playing with the, and he goes, oh, well, look, I've got a twat nav, I've got a sat nav. And so he pulls out the sat nav, and he goes, oh, this is great, you know, it's got all the Weatherspoons in it, it's got all the Argus in it, it's got all the Tesco in it, it's got all the Aldi. I said, does it have all the Toys R Us in it? He goes, no, it doesn't have all the Toys R Us in it. And then it's like, you know in the cartoons when the light comes on above someone's head, and it was like, there was like one of them over both of us. We just looked at each other and goes, Toys R Us? Toys R Us! So I picked this up, in Toys R Us. I picked up Animated Safeguard, in Toys R Us. And I also picked up, Autobot Blades in the universe, which is the repaint of Cybertron Evac, because I haven't got that mould at all. And I did pick up Cybertron Blaster. So, as I said, I've got a little bit of money. And it's actually my first real Transformer expenditure since Auto-Assembly. But there we go. Okay, but yes, these are Voyager classes, so they are in Toys R Us anyway. They are about £20. I don't know how much they're going to be on eBay, because I frankly haven't looked. Okay, but yes, I love this toy. I love all three of the. I love all three of the Cybertron Defense team, but I really do like this one. It was the first one I bought of the 3, and well, it's the last one I bought of the 4, really. No? But there we go. Yes. But for now, this is Silverbolt with Decepticon Dropshot signing off, saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.